Bonjour à tous, hello everyone, this is Mac Plays on Mac and welcome back to Mount Mac. Yes, Mount Mac is back for episode number 4. I know it's been a while since we've been on that channel. Life has been very crazy and very busy, but hurricane and I had more time to work on some videos. The footage you're seeing actually right now has been recorded back in August, middle of August, and the same is gonna be for the next episode. You're gonna see a lot of old footage, so be mindful of this. When you're gonna see me using the modes, it's always gonna be the older version of the mode. Now they are much more powerful, there is many more things that you can do nowadays, so all of this is a bit outdated, but it's still pretty good because at that moment mode were getting updated very well and a lot of cool things were happening. So we are starting to expand a bit more our city. We are growing it. As you can see, finances are still a big issue. We are barely surviving right now, but we are actually not losing money. It's hard for me to buy parks or stuff like this, but still we can survive. So that's a good thing. Economy 2.0 is very hard when you're starting a new city, and adding amenities or detailing can be very costful, and it's not the best way to spend the little amount of money that you have. So that's why I'm trying to do as much as I can without breaking the bank here. So you're gonna see a bit of detailing, creating some cute little parks, some parking. I'm still trying to keep it as realistic as possible within what I can do, within what I can afford, and also with the games that we have right now, which is not there yet, but it's still a big improvement compared to a year ago when the game first came out. We can customize much more. There is many more things to do. I cannot wait for the asset to be released so we can actually do much more. I like this new asset that they added though. Speaking of assets, the new parking lot, they added quite a few ones. It's very cool. And also now you can create your own kind of parking lot using some roads. But for this kind of custom asset though, custom parking, there is not much you can do. And unfortunately all of the parking that you saw me adding are not gonna be able to be used. Now when I plop cars on this kind of empty parking spot, the thing is the cars, they're gonna either disappear or they're gonna block the road around it, and then people are not able to use the road. It's very frustrating. Even if they're not on the road itself, it's still happening. I'm definitely having some issue with my death care, so I needed to add a new crematorium. My cemetery also was filling up pretty good, and I definitely had not enough capacity. But I thought this was a pretty central area, and also we're gonna make sure that the park next to it is actually acting like a park. Now that I'm able to finally turn in profit, it's time to improve a bit the life of our citizen by adding some services. Right here you see me popping a few antennas over there so they can have a reliable internet service and Wi-Fi, actually it's called. Also I'm gonna build some more parks. I'm gonna make a big park with these new assets we have, like one on each side and a smaller side of the older one. The smaller size of the other one right there. We're gonna connect all of this with some pads, and we're gonna add a bunch of trees to decorate, to make them all blend together with some pathways. And let's complete all of this with a lot of trees, some smaller line trees over there and bigger one in the center. I want this park to feel very lush. Now to blend everything together, I'm gonna try to put some of the surfaces, and by this I downloaded this mode. It's like a bucket, and it just fills out the area. Unfortunately here it doesn't work very well, so I just decided to remove every single surfaces. I'm gonna put a giant square. It's very easy, so I'm just gonna go all around, and just like this it looks to me as good as possible. Now I'm not a big fan of this color. I think it's way too poppy. It's like too bright for sure, but I wanted to show that that park has been taken care of and it's getting manicured. It is now time to connect the train to the other edge of the map. Here I wanted to make sure that it fits very well, and as you can see it's going across a suburbia, but now we have this amazing mode, the road tool mode, which allow you to create your own roads. And so I actually think that this is going to be a great road here. I wanted a pedestrian road without being too wide, and here I'm actually thinking about creating my own road with a railroad and sharing the other side with a regular road. So as you can see here, I want to have a median in grass, and then I'm gonna put a rail track on this side just like this. Now I think this is gonna be perfect, and let's have it all the way here just like this. Now as you can see, the connection here is not working perfectly. Unfortunately, I don't know how to fix it. I tried many things, but we're gonna just act like it's not happening like this. All of the different connections are maybe not the best yet, but hopefully the mod will get updated, or maybe now at this time it's fixed already. But anyway, this is just an incredible feat to be able to do something like this. Never in my mind I would think you could create actually any kind of road you want. So thank you so much for the creator of this mod. It is just mind-blowing. Okay, now let's build a bridge and let's go all the way to the edge of the map, and we're gonna follow the path of the interstate all the way up. Hopefully they're gonna be enough right away, and you're gonna see that the grade hopefully is not gonna be too bad. Now for the curve, we're gonna try to follow as much as we can the highway, but also we're gonna make more gentle curves so the train can reach higher speed. Curves are the enemy of the speed, and here, because the terrain was way too hilly, I decided to grade everything to make sure that we have enough room to put the rail track right next to it, and we're making that connection right now to the outside. Here I'm making this section right there, and now we're gonna have a gentle curve right there, perfect, and the same over here. And now the final connection, and here we go, we are all linked up. Now I'm just gonna have one train going that way and one train for the other direction, just like this. We are now connected to the rest of the world. There is still this issue with too many students for elementary schools. So thankfully we have this new amazing small assets of elementary schools, and you can upgrade the building by adding more capacity just like this in this small building, and this small building don't even need to be touching the schools anymore or the main building, and that's why I'm able to put them on the other side of the road. Now the capacity is still crazy, like the amount of students they need is still out of hand, and has that not been changed yet, but I'm just going to try to put a bit more parks around it to make it more like the elementary school as a big area, and also we're gonna add some parking lot. Yes, we cannot just keep expanding without adding more parking spaces. And here we're just going to densify a bit and adding some single row building. Now this is about to be the end of this episode. This is indeed a very short episode, not much is being constructed, and you're gonna see that very soon we're gonna have a new episode, and much more things are gonna happen. Now I want you to take a look at how cool this new train line is. It's not very flat yet. I'm still having some issue with Move It and Mac. It cannot let me change height using the keyboard, and sometimes when I do it as well, it just crashes the game. But anyway, let's take a look at everything we built in today's episode. so much everyone for sticking all the way to the end. This was a short episode, not much thing has been done, but next week is going to be a big one, a lot of changes. You're going to see that we're going to bump up the population and we're going to do a lot of things. Thank you so much, encore merci à tous et à bientôt. Au revoir, bye bye.